This is the Schmo with the pro, with the wrestling legend, sexual chocolate, 3-time U.S. National Olympic weightlifting champion.
Mark Henry.
Mark
Sexual
Henry.
chocolate is dead.
Father of the hand, may Young rest in peace. Newest Iron Mike Mazurki Award winner. How does that feel?
It feels great, man. Like, you know, I worked my whole life for success. I didn't do it because it was just something to do. And, you know, winning this award is validation that I did my job.
What was your first reaction when you got the call to be in the business of professional wrestling?
You know, I didn't even know it was possible. You know, honestly, I thought that it was a joke. And when Vince McMahon called me, I hung up on him. And my manager at the time called me back and said, hey, did you just hang up on Vince McMahon? And I was like, that was really Vince? And he was like, yeah, maybe you should take his call.
And obviously, excuse me, sir, you almost came into the picture there. Obviously, there's some bumps and bruises along the way, learning the business, not punching people directly in the face. What was the wake-up call for you in the transition from knowing that, hey, you got to do this for the longevity of your career and the person you're facing inside the ring?
You know what? Ron Simmons was the one that told me, and it was a little late, but I did get the message finally. Ron Simmons was like, hey, man, it's about longevity. It's not a race. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. And, you know, I took that to heart, and I started to educate myself on where wrestling was and where it was going. And you can predict it if you just follow the timeline.
Brock Lesnar, he recently just said this story about the Big Show once took a dump on him inside the ring. What's the worst thing that's ever happened to you inside the ring?
Well, if that's the worst thing that happened to Brock, then he got lucky because I broke my kneecap in half and dislocated my shoulder and popped it back in like Mel Gibson in Lethal Weapon. So I've had some pretty bad, some bad things happen in the ring.
What was the recovery like for you with that?
With the knee, it was like a year. With the shoulders, like 7-8 months. You know, it took me probably a full year to be 100%, but I probably came back at about 90% and was able to manage.
You still had that great, successful career that you had.
Yeah, still be able to get in there and make sure that everybody that I work with came out the same way they went in.
Nation of Domination, what was the deal with D'Lo Brown, your buddy up here? What was he doing with that vest?
Well, apparently he had hurt his chest. So they say. I think it was loaded, and he was splashing people with a loaded vest and giving himself a little extra something.
Okay, what about The Rock? You ever smell what The Rock was cooking?
Well, The Rock is arguably the greatest entertainer in our business. I put him and Ric Flair in the same ilk. I was very, very happy to be in the ring with The Rock because I knew it was a learning experience. And, you know, like I said, I'm a studier. I'm a guy that wants to know more about our history. And The Rock was one of those that was like, hey, man, here's a story. You might want to read this. And you're telling me what books to read. So he was ahead of his time.
Bigger moment for you, going up against The Undertaker, WrestleMania 22, or beating Randy Orton?
You know what? They were equally as valuable in my journey. Winning and the World Heavyweight Championship against Randy, you know, I would have to say takes precedence as far as when you're keeping stats. But as far as learning and being able to grasp what's happening and seize the moment, it was definitely WrestleMania 22 in there with The Undertaker.
You shared the ring with Jack Swagger. The Schmo believes it was in 2015. He recently made his Bellator debut. What'd you think of his performance over there inside the cage?
You know what? I thought it was good. I thought it was a good start. I saw him about a month before, and I talked to him, and I said, listen, we know who you are. You know who you are. Impose your will. In a fight, you know, there's some rules. But the ultimate goal in a fight is to come out victorious, and he got the message.
The Schmo knows you're a big eater. What was your go-to meal?
The Schmo is wrong. I am not a big eater.
Barbecue?
I love to eat, but I'm not a big eater. I'm a fan of eating. I'm one of those that kind of like find out where the best place is, and I go and eat a little bit just to see if the quality is worth my time and my money.
So how'd you get so big? Are you a closet eater then?
Once upon a time, I was 440 pounds. I'm 330 now. I lost 112 pounds, and I'm happy going in the right direction. Hopefully, I can get down to about 310, 315, and it just, you can eat everything you want to eat. It just you got to do it in moderation.
Well, you're doing all this talking now with your show and everything like that, man. The producer role. You don't have to be beating up guys inside the ring.
It's a good thing. It's a gradual progression into not only me doing movies and television, but radio has been very good to me. I'm on a show called Busted Open on Sirius XM, and I get to travel the world and meet fans that will listen to me on the radio. And my partner Dave LaGreca, man, he is a mega star in radio, and I'm trying to be like him.
And what's your one message for all wrestling fans worldwide?
If I had one message to wrestling fans, I would have to say continue to watch the business. It's evolving. There's a lot of young people in the business. About every 15 years, our business takes a transition. And right now, we're in one of those transitional phases. And it's a lot of young people that some people might not know who they are. But give it a couple of years and everybody will know who they are.
Mark Henry, world's strongest man. He's the pro. I'm the schmo. We're out.